Hello and welcome. My name is Chris Gibbons. I'm your instructor for the course, your Capstone course. Congratulations. You have made it to the end of the program. And I know this is truly a monumental accomplishment. I've been there myself. I know how hard it is to do a program with work, life, and trying to balance all these things together. So I'm truly in awe of what you've accomplished and that you've been able to do this. So give yourself a pat on the back. Now, what this Capstone course is really meant to do is to be a kind of a victory lap of all the things that you've learned throughout your time here at Mercy College. So you're going to see modules that are going to touch upon the topics that you've covered within the HCA program. So, for example, we'll do law and ethics. We're going to do one on human resources, management, etc. And there'll be little mini case studies as we go along, kind of bringing back some of that information that you've learned throughout the program. The thing to remember here, though, is, again, there's really no new content. We're going to talk in a couple new areas and do some knowledge summaries. But, again, no textbook, no lectures. We're really bringing back what you've learned throughout your time here at the program. So hopefully you find this course to be kind of a nice summation. And that's what Capstone is meant to be. It's really that top part of the pillars that you would find in architecture. It's really the capping or crowning achievement in your academic progression at the baccalaureate level. So very excited time. And I know I've been talking to many of you this week already in our course conferences, and you are happy to be nearly done. So I know it's been a very long haul for many of you. All right. Well, again, I'm going to talk about a couple things here that are going on this week. Most of you have already checked into the course. And some of you, and I think I've already talked to over 50% of you for your course conferences. So, but remember, for this week, Module 1, you do have that course conference, which we will also carry over into Module 2. Only a few of you have yet to schedule, so make sure you grab that and schedule that through the scheduler that is in the module. This week, you've also completed, many of you have already submitted your mini case study at this point. There is a LinkedIn profile that I'd like you to do. I do have an alternative assignment for you if you don't want to be on the social media side of things. I understand that. So, and I am working with a couple of you that may not want to do the LinkedIn profile. So stay tuned on that. I'll have an alternative assignment. You won't miss out on any points for that. I will say, though, that LinkedIn is not Facebook. So it is strictly your professional face, your professional projection that you want to put into the world. And it is much more controlled than Facebook. So I am very personally, Facebook is something that does have to be very well maintained if you're doing Facebook on who you friend and who you don't friend. Over the years, I have seen so many problems with those connections and information shared on Facebook that has bled over into people's personal lives. On LinkedIn, completely different vibe. It's completely different. So, again, you may want to look at it, but I do understand if you have privacy concerns, if you don't want to put yourself out there. Then also we have a little discussion this week. Most of you have already completed that as well. The big thing I want to also kind of get you ready for, and we've talked about it in the course conferences that we've had so far, is next week in Module 2, you're going to have a Move Note presentation on leadership. Now, many of you have already done a Move Note either with me or some of the other instructors, so you're familiar with the Move Note format, how that works. A couple of you aren't. Please go to those tutorials, look at Move Note, play around with Move Note a little bit, so when you do have the Move Note assignment coming up next week, you're not struggling with the technology. You got that part all worked out. You're just really working about getting your presentation, eye contact, lighting, and getting your presentation down smooth. So do play around. My recommendation, play around with Move Note if you haven't already done so in the past. Just so, again, get yourself up that learning curve. It's not much of a learning curve. Move Note is designed for elementary all the way through PhD work. So it is pretty simple, but there is a little bit of, make sure you have all your settings right. So that's my advice to you on that. The we have two move note presentations in this course. So the first one will be on leadership right away at the end of Module 2. You're going to submit your link for your move note presentation. And then you'll have another move note. As I look at my notes here, we have another move note. Your bigger move note will be in Module 5. Now that one, again, talking in the course conferences, many of you have already looked ahead and looked at that assignment and had some questions about that one. In that one, we're doing a healthcare career report. So what you'll want to do, and I've given a frame on how to do that, and that's through something called a SWOT analysis. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick a category of healthcare, and you're going to do a SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, from the lens of career opportunities. Is this a segment of healthcare industry that you'd want to work? Are there opportunities? What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? And what are the threats that could be happening to it? Maybe it's, a big threat right now is what happens in the reimbursement and legal environment, government regulation environment. That can greatly impact many avenues within healthcare. There are areas in healthcare that are growing like crazy. There are areas that are retracting. We want to know both. As you looking for a job or an opportunity, you want to know which ones are on the upswing and which ones are maybe kind of going extinct. You don't want to point your career in the direction of maybe an avenue that's kind of going extinct. So with the career reports that we're all going to do, we're all going to learn a little bit about different avenues in healthcare, and maybe broaden our perspective on the jobs and opportunities that are available to you. That's one of the things that we sort of struggle with the program, is getting students to understand that their degree is more than just working in a hospital. There are so many other areas that you can apply your degree, may even earn a little bit extra money, more money, and maybe a little bit less stressful than maybe working necessarily for a healthcare system. So we want to kind of expand those boundaries. Okay, so that's kind of touching on some of the major themes for the course, some of the things that are happening this week, and a little bit coming into Module 2. One quick note is that this course is 8 weeks long, 8 modules, as you've seen by opening the course. In reality, though, we're only going to be 7 weeks long because all of you are graduating this spring. Your grades have to be due by Tuesday in Module 8. Module 8, there's really nothing in Module 8. The only thing we'll be doing there is a reflection piece, which you'll be able to do ahead of time. Because we only have a couple days that are going to be open before grades are due in Module 8, because many of you are participating in graduation and commencement on Friday of that week. So just keep that in mind. We really only have 7 modules, 7 weeks for this course. It will fly. If you have any questions as you go through the class, I have placed my cell phone number on the syllabus. Please feel free to text message me. That's about the quickest way to get a hold of me. And I like that. It makes it easy. I can get to you, respond to you, and it's done. Of course, you have virtual office and email. But if you want a little bit quicker response, please feel free to text me. All right, excellent. Again, I am so honored to be your instructor for most of you, the last course in the program. It is my pleasure to be here with you during this final experience. Again, anything comes up, please let me know. And as always, thank you for watching.